Thank you, Dr. Alan Berger. Our next speaker is the founder, CEO, and co-owner of Shades of Hope Treatment Facility. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Tennie McCarty.
Motorcycles pass by. Judy, what an honor to be asked to do this. I come from a little different direction. Yes, I do own a treatment center, and yes, I am in the addiction field, but that's not really how I met Dr. Hollis. You know, that I have heard it said that when the student's ready, the teacher appears. And I was in the addiction field from the middle 70s. And in 1985, I was program director of an alcohol drug center while dying one day at a time from an eating disorder that I didn't know what it was. You know, everything starts on the east and west coast, moves toward the center, and Texas is the last to get the information. Now, I had had an eating disorder all my life, but I didn't know what it was. And I hired a young man from LA, hip, slick, and cool, to be a therapist there in Texas. And what he did is, in essence, did an intervention on me. You know, it's abusive to point out a problem without pointing out a solution. And I was very, very ill, very, very ill. And what this young man did, he asked if he could talk to me one day, and we sat in the library, and he said, "Tennie, I think you're a bull." And I said, "Alan, I think you're nuts. What are you talking about?" And he said, "I think you're a bulimic." I'd never heard the word. I didn't know what it was. And what he did is he handed me a book called Fat is a Family Affair by Dr. Judy Hollis. And I thought what he wanted me to do is come out here and get a little training to go along with what I was doing there. But what he said was, "You need to go see Dr. Hollis." And 4 days later, I was out here. And Judy, she did not cut me any slack. She was not very nice to me. You know, I wore my business suit out here and with my briefcase up under my arm, and the only thing in that briefcase was my insurance policy. But I wanted them to know who they were dealing with. If they were dealing with a counselor, and I'll tell you what, like I said, she didn't treat me very nice, but what she did is she put the disease, helped me see what I was dying from. And what you did, Judy, for me and my family literally has changed our lives. On the plane home, I made a commitment to God, to myself, and to Judy, without her even knowing it, that I was going to make it my life's work to help educate people on eating disorders, much like Dr. Hollis has. So because of you, Judy, there's thousands of people that are in recovery today, and without your being that pioneer spirit and keeping on one day at a time, I wouldn't be here. My daughter wouldn't be here. And, you know, you helped our whole family. And when you called and asked me if I would come do this, I could not say no. Why wouldn't I come and say thanks for someone who has given me my life? Thanks, Judy.